We get a look at the sun shining in the buildings of downtown Salt Lake City, Utah. Our broadcast location today. Welcome aboard, everybody. This is Wednesday Night Basketball of the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. DA will join us tonight on the sideline. Hey, Dave.
Head coach Quinn Snyder is trying to help the Jazz break through in a crowded Western Conference. Snyder said, "There's always challenges, and I'm comfortable with adversity. I just want to keep the right perspective. I've got something that I love to do." And Kevin, he is one of the biggest reasons the Jazz is always a factor.
He is doing a great job. Thank you, DA. And the starting group for the Spurs. It's Aldridge at the power forward with Pirtle at center. Derek White is out there with Murray. And it's DeRozan in at the small forward. And for Utah, at the forward slots, it's Bogdanović and Ingles. Conley and Mitchell, the talented backcourt pair. And it's Gobert in at the 5. And with this summer's acquisition of Mike Conley, Greg, the Utah Jazz hoping to make a step in the West.
And really, Mike Conley, their best point guard since they traded away Darren Williams back in 2011. Alongside Bogdanović, a big upgrade offensively, and he can hold his own on the defensive side as well.
Murray surveying the D. There's the pass to Pirtle. Down low. And Aldridge, the basket on the assist from Pirtle.
And when Pirtle sees a guy on his team open, he finds him right away, whipping that pass there directly.
And so Conley will bring the ball up for Utah. There's the dish to Ingles. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Jakob Pirtle. That is his first foul of the game.
Well, that was a quick foul for him there. The refs are certainly calling it close.
Conley against Murray. Conley, the pass to Mitchell. And easy 2 points on the layup.
Passes like this demonstrate Conley's unselfishness as well as his desire to get his guys going on offense.
Now here's Murray. Pass to Pirtle. And it's blocked by Conley. And just about a minute into the first quarter. Bogdanović finds Gobert. Mitchell up top. White covering. Shot clock at 5. And here's Bogdanović for 3. A three-pointer is right on target.
Boy, he's such a gifted shooter. You can't give Bogdanović any breathing room. Otherwise, he'll hurt you.
Murray with the bounce pass. Gobert with the block. The feed now to Ingles. Back to Conley. Oh, and there's the alley-oop.
Oh, what a pass. And then he lays it in with the circus move.
So smooth.
He could have messed that up trying for a big slam. Nice work going to the layup.
Passes it to Pirtle. Will it go? And the bucket is good. Three-point play chance here for him.
Hey, if you're going to foul Pirtle, then get your money's worth. You have to make sure you really whack him. He's extremely good at finishing through contact. Or the shot repertoire of Jakob Pirtle. Mostly 10 feet and in is his strength. He's an old-school big man in every sense of the word, but efficient in what he does.
So Utah ends up going with a new group. So San Antonio going with an almost entirely new group here. Rudy Gay's checked in for Aldridge. Damari Carroll comes in for DeMar DeRozan. Bryn Forbes, he's checked in for Derek White. And it's Mills in for Murray. The free throw drops for Pirtle. And Clark at 7 feet tall. Pirtle a live body in there.
He's live, and he's also no stiff, guys. Pirtle can catch and finish. He's active in defending. Gets off the ground quickly and easily. I like his package as a big guy.
Now here's Mills. He's covered closely. Pass to Pirtle. Here is Forbes. He's guarded by Davis. Here's Carroll. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
You know, Carroll is not an overpowering looking guy, but deceptively strong and flexing his muscles on these drives.
Here's O'Neal. And Utah another three.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from three. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Now here's Mills. And Davis sends it back. Here's O'Neal.
Wow, and that sort of showmanship is just deflating right now to a team trying to get back into a game like this.
Ouch, Greg, that is definitely an emphasis jam. A big apostrophe or exclamation point, maybe even a question mark.
And guys, I know there are a lot of questions right now defensively for this team. There's no doubt about that.
Mark, we know you have great passion for the game of basketball. Any passions that our fans may not know about?
Yeah, I enjoy golf. I'm an avid reader. As you well know, Kevin, we actually share book titles on occasion. Obviously, food is universal, and there's nothing I turn down. I try to eat certain things in moderation, but I enjoy board games, too. In terms of sports, I'm a fan of football, both college and pro. Enjoy playing golf, and board games and reading probably are what occupy my time.
Check in for the Spurs. Bellinelli comes in for Patty Mills. First quarter of play. We're about 3 minutes in. And Forbes kicks to Lyles. Here's Gay. And the jam by Rudy Gay.
Yeah, it's important for Gay to be able to finish in traffic. I mean, he's so much better when he shows some physicality and toughness.
Exum dishes to Mudia. Tipped away to the middle. Here's Davis. The basket good off the assist from Mudiay.
And a nice job here early of establishing an inside presence.
First quarter of play and just over 3.5 minutes in. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Lyles. Timeout is called. First of the game for the Jazz.
And you know, guys, the Spurs team dinner's the stuff of legends, just building camaraderie and getting to know one another and being orchestrated with care by head coach Greg Popovich. They enjoyed the finest restaurants and great food and drink, but the fellowship and camaraderie, probably the most important part of those dinner gatherings.
Knocks it loose. And it's out of bounds. The Jazz able to retain possession here. Clark, the act of getting dinner, sitting down to a meal. As a team, it brings people together.
It really does, guys, and I can't overstate it. When you get a chance to know your teammates off the court, it adds to your ability to play for them on the court. It can't always be just about grind, grind, grind. There has to be some compassion, some caring, some understanding, and sometimes the best places to do that are at restaurants with good food and good drink.
Here's Bellinelli after Dante Exum's bucket. Bellinelli passes to Forbes. Hits the three-point bomb.
And as a spot-up shooter, guys, Forbes is right there amongst the best in the league, and his movement is what separates him from many. And he gets those chances, he'll convert.
Now here's Mudiay. No points in the game yet for him.
Yeah, way to play in attack mode and get to the line.
And, you know, the defense gets their money's worth on that foul, stopping the layup and not giving up the and one.
The Jazz shooting their first free throws tonight. The first trip to the stripe in this one.
Shoot two.
And the first one drops.
You know, the Spurs are never afraid to play to the tune of their own drummer. I mean, just as the rest of the league embraces threes and layups, the Spurs going against that grain, leading the league in mid-range shots and post-ups.
Looking at who's out there now for the Jazz. Joe Ingles, who's checked in for Green. Bogdanovich comes in for O'Neal. Donovan Mitchell's checked in for Emmanuel Mudiay. And Mike Conley subbed in for Exum. And so it's Murray with it. He brings it up for the Spurs. They trail by 6. Aldridge left side. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
How about that for the old up fake? Aldridge knows exactly how to get a defender off his feet.
It's his first trip to the line.
Yeah, and he wasn't someone you wanted to foul if you were defending him last season. 85% is what he made from the line.
Guys, I thought he got into a groove last year at the charity stripe, and I thought he maintained it deep into the season as well.
First one falls.
Boy, I love his stroke. Aldridge has a sweet stroke and continues to produce a nightly double-double threat who doesn't mind being the focal point of the offense.
And Utah making a change here. Gobert's checked in. No good on the second, so he hits 1 of 2. Jazz leading by 5. Bounce pass Conley. And stolen by Aldridge. And here's DeRozan. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. With 1 on the clock, he squares up and sinks it.
Well, it takes unique skills to be able to not be bothered by defensive pressure. And DeMar DeRozan is that kind of guy because he loves taking tough shots, and he makes most of them.
And a high-scoring first quarter. Both teams really filling it up. Jazz lead by 3. And we'll be back shortly for the start of the second quarter. Wasn't an immediate star turn for Mike Conley in the NBA. He talked about that journey.
The ups and downs of injuries and early on in my career not being able to be consistent enough to be considered a top guard in the league and making myself work that much harder to get my game to a level where I feel that I can compete against anybody in the league. And that's what I'm most proud of, is just being able to withstand that.
Great work ethic is the key. Conley stayed at it.
And a player that's known for keeping his composure, that helps also. He weathered those early challenges and just stayed positive.
And if you're just tuning in, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. And guys, from what we've been watching with the Jazz, what are you guys seeing out there?
Well, this is the edge that great rim protection can give you.
Yeah, you know, you have a guy in there blocking a bunch of shots or multiple players blocking shots. It causes the offense to think twice when they go up for shots in there.
On the floor for San Antonio, Murray out there with Derek White. Then there's LaMarcus Aldridge. Then it's Trey Lyles. And it's DeRozan in at the 3 spot. Now here is Conley. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. And it's sent back by Aldridge.
You know, over time, Aldridge has really developed into a pretty good shot blocker.
DeRozan, and it's blocked. side, Bogdanovich to the left wing. Knocked away. Gobert. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket. Analytics, Clark, are such a major factor for coaching staffs and scouting staffs, and plenty of micro-analysis to go around, but some statistics can actually be a little bit misleading, don't you think?
Yeah, I agree with you, Kevin, and you can torture the numbers to say whatever you want them to say, so you have to be careful. I think there's a great place for analytics in the game. It's very useful in some areas, but you have to balance it. There has to be a blend there. Take, for instance, shot blocking. Just because you don't block a shot, that sometimes can dismiss what changing shots do to a team's defense or for a team's defense. The number of threes being taken. Effective field goal percentage is more important than raw field goal percentage because of threes.
And Kevin, he saw his guys just a little sluggish out there. Oftentimes a timeout like this allows you to kind of just reset.
San Antonio. Pirtle comes in for Trey Lyles. That's Mills in for DeJounte Murray. Just over 1 minute has passed here in the second quarter. Conley with it. Now guarded by DeRozan. Conley gets the bucket.
Fellow Buckeye Mike Conley, one of the outstanding point guards in the league. His defensive prowess, superb. He's not afraid to go after steals, and he usually gets his share.
And again, San Antonio turns it over.
No clue where that pass was going. That is a brutal turnover.
Utah leading by 5. Ball's knocked loose. Kicks it to Bogdanovich. High arcing shot, and it's sent back by Aldridge. Mills finds Aldridge. DeRozan scanning the floor. And out of bounds as the Jazz gain possession.
It's common to see wing players improve their perimeter shooting in the league, but DeMar DeRozan's most striking growth has been his ball handling and playmaking. He's been dynamic with the ball in his hands.
Here's what Utah's going with right now. Jeff Green, he's checked in for Joe Ingles. O'Neal comes in for Bogdanovich. Moutier, he's checked in for Mitchell. And it's Exum in for Mike Conley. And that one's good. Green.
And Green's become a dependable three-point threat. If you don't get a hand in his face, he can certainly knock those down.
Greg DeRozan watching a ton of films of guys like Andre Miller and Sam Cassell operating in the pick and roll.
Not only that, Kevin, to strengthen his left hand, he'd use it for daily activities like writing, leaving no stone unturned to become an expert initiator. Guys, that's just really unstoppable. He poses a ton of matchup problems for whomever he's facing.
Here's Gobert, and that comes off the assist by Exum. Exum's got his 4th assist in this one.
And I've been impressed with the unselfishness, but also getting guys the ball where they can do something with it.
He is delivering a lot of room service times tonight. One sweet one after another.
He gets a chance now to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, my cousin LaMarcus Aldridge is not the flashiest player, but he is respected. His former teammate in Portland, C.J. McCollum, said he hasn't changed his game to try and fit the new NBA. He shoots mid-range, scores under the basket, strong as heck. He knows who he is. Kevin, LaMarcus isn't really my cousin, but his game never goes out of style.
You're right, D.A., and he is still getting it done. Thank you. Utah making a change here. Davis is checked in. San Antonio also making some changes. Bellinelli comes in for Pirtle, and it's Bryn Forbes in for White. Inside, here's Davis, and it's slammed in by Davis.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the two-hand slam.
Really piling on the lead with a dunk like that.
Here is Forbes. They get a hand on it. The pass to Gay. 6 to shoot. Sinks that one from the post. Gay's got 6 here in this quarter.
Well, I love what he's done in this first half, at least so far. Increasing confidence every time down the floor. You can see it.
To the inside. And Jeff Green, the bucket on the assist by O'Neal. Green's got the lead up to 8 now for the Jazz. Now here's Mills. He's tightly guarded. Bellinelli for 3. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
Yeah, you know, Mills is one of those energizing players who does a little bit of everything, including finding his open teammates.
No one near Moutier as he lets it go. And Utah, another 3.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Nothing like answering back. One team gets 3, you fire 3 of your own. Boom.
2 for 1, probably the way to go.
You can't just heave it, though. I mean, it's got to be a quality shot.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
Well, when you look at the assist totals, heck, they've been clearly the better team.
Utah shooting their 3rd free throw attempt of the game. For the Jazz. Bogdanovich, he's checked in for O'Neal. Mitchell comes in for Emmanuel Moutier. And it's Mike Conley in for Dante Exum. The Spurs also changing it up. Marcus Aldridge is checked in for Gay. Lyle comes in for Damari Carroll. And it's DeJounte Murray in for Patty Mills.
And the former Hoya Green, a rangy forward who can both score and defend from all areas of the floor.
Green against Murray. Out left to the wing. Miles kicks to Murray. Forbes dishes to Murray. Forbes the pass to Murray. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. 12 seconds left to play in the first half. Here's Conley. Up in time. And it is good at the buzzer. Wow.
One eye on the rim, one eye on the clock. Nice job.
What was really impressive there, though, guys, was that he could have rushed it and panicked, and yet he kept his cool and splashed it.
And so it's the Utah Jazz. 13 points up at the end of the period. They've been putting on a clinic in the paint. Shots are falling with regularity, and they are pounding it down low. We've got more in store for you right after this.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Greetings to each and every one of you watching at this very moment. I'm Ernie Johnson. Kenny the Jet Smith is here. Shaq is here. One half is behind us. Welcome to the 2K Sports Halftime Show. Utah found themselves in a close game in the first. They were on a nice little roll in that opening period as they got their lead up as high as 7 points. The second quarter got a lot more exciting for them as they were putting up big numbers and find themselves way out in front here at the half. And Shaq, what did you think about what we saw from Utah?
Well, Kenny should appreciate this. I love the ball movement. They were in sync as a unit, and their assist numbers were impressive. Anytime you get 5 players working together like that instead of one guy doing it alone, it's always going to be a boost. That's the primary reason they're in control of the game.
Kenny, how do you think San Antonio played?
Well, I think they could be way more physical than they have been in the first half. Their defense gave up way too many easy looks, and that kind of defense will turn to a loss any night.
And that does it for our halftime show. We now take you back to Kevin Harlan for the start of the third period.
Wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. One guy who's getting it done is Jeff Green.
You just love the patience in that first half. Waited until he got the look he wanted.
Well, you know what, guys? It was all about efficient offense, not rushing things, taking your time, finding the best shot on every possession.
Clark, if you were a coach on a team, what would you want to see from a guy by the end of his rookie season in the NBA?
You know, Kevin, I won't be specific because I think it's more general in my estimation. Owning his development, whatever that means, embracing how he's going to get better. If it's a particular area of the game, yes, but understanding the professionalism of work ethic and developing. My goodness. Well, guys, we've seen DeRozan. He's got tremendous bounce, and when he's airborne, not only is he up high, he's strong while he's in the air, too. Really special.
Pass to Gobert. Gobert double-teamed. Clock at 4. A three from Bogdanovich. LaMarcus Aldridge grabs the miss. Spurs trail by 11. About 1 minute played here in the second half. Murray against Ingles. Tries to keep it alive. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Ingles. So Greg Popovich going to take a timeout right here and talk to his team.
Boy, the Spurs really like running through LaMarcus Aldridge in the post. I mean, that's an effective way to play offense, especially early before the defense gets set. He gets that deep position, and he puts a lot of pressure on the defense.
Here's Murray. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Shot clock at 3. And again, it's the Spurs from deep. And with his skill level, sometimes the sheer strength and size of Aldridge goes overlooked.
Yeah, and he's not afraid or hesitant to play bully ball. I mean, on that block, he gets that body into you and leans into that sweet jump shot of his, and he can make you look bad.
How about dueling from long range, just going at each other?
Looks to me like there could be something personal taking place here.
And stolen by Bogdanovich. And here's Conley outside. And again, it's the Jazz from deep.
And this pumps the whole team up. Conley's shooting ability brings energy and excitement.
Outside, White. Pass to Pirtle. To the paint, looking for Aldridge. He gets it there. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Aldridge has got 7 points.
On a nice little roll here to start this half, connecting on their first 3 attempts.
And the Jazz call time here.
And the signing of Bojan Bogdanovich, a great move for the Jazz. With his shooting, more spacing for Gobert and Mitchell to operate, he's capable of creating shots on his own as well.
Davis is checked in for the Jazz. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Spurs will take it.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
Spurs trail by 12. Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Well, guys, one of the things that the NBA has been forward-thinking about is always accepting new ideas. And they've got a bunch of them on the table in recent weeks. A mid-season tournament, a postseason play-in tournament, maybe even reducing the 82-game regular season schedule. Now, all of these would be very bold moves, but Commissioner Adam Silver has always demonstrated a willingness to think outside the box. Kevin?
DA, great assessment. Good report. Thank you so much.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Boy, the defense looks shell-shocked. I mean, they're on the ropes right now, on their heels.
And it's blocked by Conley. Mitchell finds Davis. Basket, good. Davis has got 8 points.
And he can time his passes so perfectly. Wow, what an assist.
Mills looking it over. Conley against Bellinelli. Count it. He's got 5.
And Bellinelli with a nice touch inside. We know him as a long-range sniper, but he can get it done when he's close to the rim, too.
And they double up Davis from past the arc. And Gobert with the basket on the assist by Davis. Gobert's got the lead up to 14 now for the Jazz. San Antonio calls timeout.
And you look back at that 2013 draft, just call it the year of the sleeper Euros. Giannis Antetokounmpo taken 15th, and this guy, Rudy Gobert, selected with the 27th pick.
Bradley's checked in for Gobert. George Niang comes in for Joe Ingles. And Williams Goss subbed in for Mike Conley. San Antonio also making some changes. Medu, he's checked in for Damari Carroll. Lonnie Walker comes in for Marco Bellinelli. And it's Bryn Forbes in for Patty Mills.
Oh, and just a soft touch on both ends of that pretty alley.
I got to say, when he threw the pass, I didn't know where it was going.
Neither did the defense.
Shot's good by Walker.
Boy, nice job that time, guys, from Forbes, spotting the wide open man and dropping the dime.
Top of the key, Bradley. And it's blocked. Outside, Walker drains it from beyond the arc. Walker's got it back down to a single-digit deficit for San Antonio. And it's Mitchell with the ball for the Utah Jazz. 8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Here's Williams Goss. Knocked loose. And Gay with a clear path to the hoop. And it's blocked. Mitchell looking it over. 4 seconds left. Nice jump shot. Good. Mitchell's got 4 points now in the quarter. And a great show through 3 quarters as we enter the fourth. Who will carry the day? Jazz out in front, up 9. And after a quick break, we're going to come right back with the start of the fourth quarter.
Ran up on him. I ain't say anything before. I don't really give a
And now let's go back to a play from earlier as we show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And definitely deserving of the prize tonight. How about the read he made here? Looking like a point guard, putting the pass right on the money.
Terrific versatility coming from a big man. Not something that the majority of big guys possess.
Fourth quarter of action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. Spurs trail by 9. On the floor for San Antonio starting the fourth quarter. It's Aldridge at the power forward with Pirtle at center. Then there's DeJounte Murray. Then it's DeRozan and it's Forbes in a 2-guard. Here's Aldridge and he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
Yeah, he's so adept at finding a way to score even against tough defense. Aldridge is a load.
And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for the Jazz.
Fantastic passing. We saw it in the first half, and it's carried over here in the second.
Well, it's been a super performance from beyond the arc, too. I mean, they've been raining in those threes.
White, he's checked in for Bryn Forbes. On the free throw, no good. And Clark, ordinarily quiet by nature, LaMarcus Aldridge has become a more outspoken leader in recent years.
Yeah, and that's a good sign. Sometimes you have to get out of your comfort zone for the good of the team. Aldridge is, by nature, a laid-back, quiet guy, and sometimes that can work against the team. But in his case, he realized that he needed to be more vocal and stepped into doing that.
DeRozan against Bogdanovic, and the basket by DeRozan.
Well, you can see the excitement in DeRozan's eyes when he gets these opportunities. I mean, he's a knockdown threat from there.
Conley dishes to Mitchell. Poke loose, and it's out of bounds. Last touch by Mitchell. Spurs trail by 8. That's tipped and stolen by Bogdanovic. Shoots over DeRozan. And again, it's Utah.
Boy, and you see that ability to pull up off the dribble. Bogdanovic, a little creativity there.
Pass to Pirtle. Now Aldridge. Nice ball movement by San Antonio. Poked away. And out of bounds as the Jazz gain possession. Jazz leading by 10. And the Jazz call time here.
And he could tell his guys were dragging a little bit, calling timeout to kind of let them catch their breath.
Sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
During that last break, Kevin, I got a chance to hear what Quinn Snyder said to his team. He talked about the mindset they need to have and what he wants to see the rest of the way. Engagement at both ends and making good decisions with the ball. Guys?
Got a piece of it. A little over a minute and a half of the fourth quarter gone now. White up top, covered by Conley. White against Ingles. Pirtle, no one around him. Buries it from three-point range.
You love how each side has risen to the challenge throughout this one.
Hey, defense is taking a back burner, secondary on the marquee, but who doesn't love a game like this? Let's go. I like offense.
Here's Mitchell, and White with the block. Inside, Aldridge, and he floats in for the easy two. Credit the assist on that one.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness, Greg. I mean, if they don't, things are just going to get worse from here.
Mitchell kicks to Conley. And the pass to Gobert. Just 5 to shoot. Back to Conley. And the layup's good off the glass. And the Jazz lead by 7.
And that's an example of playing big, adapting to the situation.
And sometimes that's the best policy when you're going up against a big guy. Take it to the 10. Right at him. Get to the rack.
Time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over. Of our Jordan Player of the Game, Michael Conley.
And in terms of his shooting, this has been one of the more accurate performances you'll ever see. I mean, he's been in constant motion, creating a lot of good looks for himself. But still, even when you're wide open, you expect to miss some of the time. That has not been the case here tonight. This guy has made everything.
He sure has given this crowd a treat tonight. This kind of performance only cements his status as a fan favorite. And with that shot, the Jazz lead is cut to just 5 on the basket from Aldridge.
Because he knows how to come through, you know exactly why they go to Aldridge in these spots.
Nice shot by Gobert.
Michael Conley with excellent vision on that pass.
For San Antonio, they've gotten every shot they've taken so far in the fourth quarter to go in. That's 5 in a row to start the quarter. And Aldridge gets it to go on the assist by Murray. Murray's got 4 assists in the game.
Tonight, Aldridge is doing a little bit of everything at the offensive end, and he's doing it all quite well.
Conley against Murray. Outside Conley. Lets the 3 fly. And the Jazz, another 3.
Well, the pick didn't exactly neutralize the defender, but good concentration on the finish to still get the basket.
Pass to Aldridge. Spurs working the ball around now. White down low. Ingles covering. Pirtle trying to get open. And with that shot, the Jazz lead is cut down now to just 6 points with that basket from White. Murray against Conley. 56 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And Pirtle sends it back.
This is a do-or-die possession. They have got to get points.
It really does come down to this. I mean, come up empty, and it's over. Aldridge never backs down in these big moments. A player who wants the ball in clutch situations.
Mitchell against White. Mitchell left side. Shoots over White. And there's another one for the Jazz.
How about that move? Is this guy special or what? Just love watching him operate inside.
To the inside, Aldridge. Count it! And now they trail by just 4.
Aldridge is too strong to let a little bit of contact bother him. I actually think he likes those tough shots.
Moutier is checked in for Mitchell. Spurs also with the sub. Hayes checked in. Utah calls timeout. They're up by 4. 24 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Making a change here. Mitchell's checked in. And now they decide to foul intentionally.
At the line for your Jazz, Michael Conley. 2 shots.
And that hurts as he doesn't get the first one to fall. Trying to focus now on the second.
Boy, you look at Mike Conley. He's been around a long time, folks. Double-digit years. Does a little bit of everything out there. And outstanding, not only in the locker room, but also in the community, too. Just 5-star in every way.
Time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over. They trail by 5. 23 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Three seconds left to play here in the fourth. It counts.
This is what scratches the itch for DeRozan. Moments like this, he lives for it. Takes great pride in being the guy to knock down the critical shots.
Yeah, you know what? Smart foul. You got to try and extend the game.
Sure, it's not over. The clock is as much a problem for them as the score is right now, so they've got to try to manage it.
He drops the first one, and that gives them a 4-point cushion.
And, you know, Bogdanovich played for 10 years in Europe before coming to the NBA. Just now coming into his prime, but he's got a lot of pro experience.
Second free throw, no good that time. He really wanted that one. And so it's DeRozan. He'll bring it up for San Antonio. And an intentional foul there stops the clock. Good on the first, and that puts them up by 5. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 6-point ball game.
And that's the knockout blow right there, guys. Those free throws should put this one away.
And it's White missing. And so it's Utah with the win. It was a fantastic ball game, and they did a great job making sure it didn't get away from them late.
Yeah, I mean, they faced some challenges, but really held firm when they needed to. On both ends, just effective in terms of coming away with this win.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thank you, Kevin. With Dante Exum. Dante, still a young guy in this league. What do you want to focus on with your development?
You know, I think it's just staying in the defensive end. You know, sometimes in the heat of the play, you kind of lose sight of it. And it's just about staying in there and just helping your teammates out. So,
a very young guy on a very good team. Thank you, Dante. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for being with us. See you next time.